Hey folks, we're back. So one of the things about my channel is that if somebody does a video on an issue that I am super frustrated about, or I'm not the one that'll redo the video. Like, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. And there's a couple YouTubers that I watch and that are that kind of are in that same mindset, that same circle of mindset that I am, because I can't stand the guys. They're like, ha ha ha, this is amazing, like sound like Mickey Mouse, and they talk about Star Citizen, and they got it. They have to be on the payroll. They have to be getting some type of compensation for, and that's not me. That's not me. I am super jaded. I've gone over to the dark side. Like, shit's gotten real dark, and but I digress. So one of the channels that I like a lot, and I recommend that you subscribe, and you because he's real. He's not artificial, and I appreciate the folks that are real and have context and an objective point of view and call it out when it's out, right? And I try to be that same way. I try not to be, the sheep or a lemming and lemming off the cliff like everybody else. So I have done videos about this, and I will show you one of my parallel videos, but I think that he did a better job. So I'm going to highlight the fact that I think he did a better job. And you got to go check his video out, because he talks about how they keep coming out with these packages for armor, and but there's no way to get your armor back. And so it becomes like a one and done type of scenario. Like, I paid money for this, and it's when I died because the elevator crashed, right? Like, okay, hold on. So I talk about it. Let me see if it'll do the thumbnail here. Let me go back. So I talk about, let me drag my video over here. So I talk about it. Where'd you go? I talk about it here. I talk about it here, right? Rant review. I talk about it here. And I think I talk about it. Right here, the subscriber shit. I talk about it here. So for me, it's a continuous theme. And so I think that this topic has to be echoed. And I'm glad to see that other YouTubers are genuine about their expression about this, CIG not, like, hey man, how come I can't get my stuff back, right? And here's to add to his argument. So when you're a backer and you, why is that zeroed out? Oh, am I, that's not good. Do I have two of these now? Did they change? Don't tell me so when you unlock the different commands, you get the armor, right? So you get this armor after spending $5 grand, which you get the same armor for spending $10 for a Valentine's reward. It's just pink, but the one that you get when you spend $5 grand is this one. Okay. And here are some other examples. Let me pull this back over. That's their gift to you for spending $5 grand. Did I unlock the? They must have redid their wing command. Did I achieve your until your next? Did I get wing commander? Anyways, I lost my train of thought, squirrel. So, but I'll give you some examples here. We'll go to hangar, and I'll give you a peek at my hangar, right? So, I got the combat armor here. That's one and done. I got the space. I make content. So a lot of times I'll melt this stuff down afterwards. If I find out that it's really not all that, I'll melt it back down. Here's armor set here. Here's armor set here. Here's the big package that they offered a year ago. And shame on me for being stupid enough to buy this shit, considering that you can't get it back. But you used to be able to get it back, but the system is not working to get it back. So, so for some context, of course, don't think that I'm not a baller. I'm not a baller. It's just I've been acquiring this shit for 10 years almost. And I melt it down and buy it back and melt it down and buy it, you know what I mean? So it's regurgitated in the system because a lot of ships are not really to the fidelity and experience they need to be. Like the C1 that's just released, we're kind of finding out that it's really lackluster, but I digress. So I really appreciate his genuineness, right? He talks about the package, his genuineness, and he kind of busts him out on how lost items, like you could get them back, but in the new system you can't get them back, right? So he shows factual archived websites where how it's changed, and I'm actually surprised that they haven't been sued over this because this content it should be managed the same way when you purchase ships. So anyways, I'm stupid for spending this amount of money on the game, but the reason for making this video is go to Cameral's website, our YouTube page, subscribe, like. I appreciate that he is regurgitating a topic that I have been super frustrated with for at least 5 years now, right? And it's been disingenuous to how they'll put my money that I spent on ships for the persistent universe and dump them into Squadron 42 to develop a game for a single player experience. I mean, I don't have control over that, and I know when I click they're a little bullshit, I agree bullshit, I know willingly that it's going through, but it's still wrong. It's still wrong. And I'm glad that other YouTubers are busting them out, and I think that this needs to be regurgitated and talked about openly across the community, because all they got to do is put a kiosk. And when you're die in an elevator or you get sucked, you fall beneath the planet, you just go to your kiosk and you just charge you in-game currency. It further drives the economy, but they don't give a shit about that. So, I need the stuff that I pay real money for. I need to be compensated for that, right? It can't be a one and done experience. And so, anyways, I know this is a rant. Okay, I want to segue to a more positive note. Another YouTuber that I really like, that's super genuine, that is not like ha 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 Mickey Mouse shit. But boy, he's wearing a Mickey Mouse helmet. Is Foxy Loxy. Go to his channel, check out his stuff. He does a really good job keeping up with staying with the downloads on the PTUs and trying out the stuff. He's heavily quite invested in the game also. But I like his disposition and where he's at with his content creation, and he really dives into the nuance of he finds a lot of bugs because he stretches the limitations of the game trying to fit stuff together, you learn a lot from his content. So those are my I would say argue my two favorite YouTubers. So go check them out. I'm going to be out of the loop for a month here. Come early December, mid-November, probably maybe even early January, I'll be out of the loop for maybe 30 to 60 days. I don't know. It's a black hole. So I want to give a substitute, right, where I'm gone. And I'm not like some crazy YouTuber with thousands or millions of views, so it doesn't matter anyways. I just make content because I enjoy the creative side of the video editing and the discussion piece, and plus I like to bust out these folks, for when they don't do right by the community. That's I love a good rant. All right, as always. Thank you for watching. All right, I think I got my point across. Let me close this out. I got so many tabs open, it's out of control. Let me close.